why my model isn't moving with me today. My model is being a little iffy on if it wants to work, but that's fine. The Memoirs of the Clouded Kokoro. Finally time to get to the end of this trial. 23rd of February, 11:32 a.m. The Old Bailey defendants are antechamber. Joyful, jubilant jumping jacks! I hate jacks. I much prefer queens. Oh, Mr. Natsume, I'm so pleased for you. Locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire, and non-local judicial assistant, Miss Mikotoba Esquiress. God, why did I have to make your name so goddamn long? Now, finally, at long last, there can be proof. Proof that I'm innocent, and proof that my tea is innocent. My tea didn't do jack shit. Ah, good morning, my dear fellows. Ah, Herlock Shlomes! He's gonna shloam me! May you drink my tepid tea and fall forever silent. Get dabbed on, idiot. Thought the tea was innocent. He confessed to the crime. Bailiff, there's a murderer in here. Oh, Mr. Shlomes, you came. How wonderful. Please, save your derision. I know what you're all thinking. Good morning, he says, when it's very nearly time for luncheon, everyone's favorite evolution. Your scorn is written clearly across your faces. Nobody said or thought that. The truth is, I was determined that today would be the day. As sleep seduced me last night, I thought, tomorrow, for once, I shall not oversleep. I'll rise early and be present in court to support my companions. But then, once again, sleep. Ooh, that baby. They got me good. Such spirited determination has a beauty all of its own, does it not? Oh, yes! Yes! Then I began to muse on the subject. Why do people oversleep, I inquired. Why, time after time, do they make the same foolish blunder? And the answer came to me all at once. It's so delightfully simple. People oversleep because they sleep. Have you ever considered that people die when they are killed, Naruhodo-san? Well, is that not an astute insight into the matter? Sure, yeah, we'll go with that. Upon which realization, I attempted an experiment. I didn't sleep a wink at night. And the results? By first light, I was exhausted and began to be assaulted by fits of drowsiness. Shocking. Wow, I never would have saw that coming. And so, the conclusion of last night's experiment is this. A good night's sleep is quite simply essential. Yeah, I think we've known that for a few hundred years, buddy. What others presume I prove by experimentation. That, my dear fellow, is the scientific method. Shlomes, are you gonna help us at all? Ah, yes. And one more thing, do you remember this? Oh, something that'll actually help us. Put that in my court record. Please and thank you. Yeah, of course. It's the poison that Miss Green was about to drink at the hospital yesterday. Oh, you didn't manage to... It was a laborious task as the bottle was near empty, but such inconveniences do not hinder Shlomes. I managed to confirm that it contains citronine. I was right. Perhaps, though of course, such circumstantial evidence doesn't prove Miss Green's guilt. I shall leave the bottle in your care now, but licking the inside of the neck is not recommended. Oh, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna lick it. I have a word? No, you may not have a word. I need to examine this bottle first. Is there anything of note here? Something down here. This is the poison we've been hearing so much about. Citronine. There are a few remnants on the bottom of the bottle here, look. You mustn't be tempted to try it. I wasn't tempted to try it. As long as we don't lose the trial. However, if we lose the trial at this point, not looking half bad, gotta say. No, even if we lose the trial. No, we mustn't lose the trial in the first place, Mr. Naruhodo. However, I will rethink this if we do. Make your mind up, Susato-san. Give me a minute to think about it. Hold on, maybe. Alright, nothing else here. There is nothing else here now. Ba-ba-dum-bum-ba. Oh, Gregson. How you doing, boy? Gregson, how good of you to come.
Oh, forget it. Excuse me. I'm evaporating into the side here.
Wait a minute, Inspector. Come on. Come on, don't be a little bitch.
Don't wish to make a nuisance of myself.
The look on your face, I'd say it's someone else who you think is making a nuisance of himself.
My dear Inspector, please speak freely. Pretend that I'm not here. Believe me, if I could do that, life would be a whole lot simpler for me.
You have the results, Inspector, of the investigation of Mr. Shamsphere's room. Of Mr. Shamsphere's fanfare.
Oh, it shouldn't be long now, though. Now I'm here about something else. That dead convict, actually.
Oh, you mean we get more info on that guy? Yeah, I guess he is technically important. Name of... yeah, Sheldon.
Oh, yep. Big Bang Theory at all. Right, Pugger there really pissed everyone off. That's why we killed him. Went through the archives at the yard and dug out a fellow's file. And there's something in there that... well, caught my eye.
Something caught your eye? What, Inspector? Was it a hook? A needle, even?
I've copied the relevant parts for you. You can read it for yourselves.
Capital Offender's file has been entered in the court record. Good, good, good. Well, now we gotta read all that shit. Dying of illness in prison. 18 counts of burglary. 6 counts of suspected murder. Died of natural causes while in prison. Witnessed only by his cellmate. Esteemed 1,000 pounds worth of loot he stole remains unrecovered. And that's gonna be the crux of this whole operation. Manchester's Strangeways Prison announced the death of convicted murderer and burglar Selden by natural causes in the early morning. He'd been suffering with fever since the end of October. Alerted by the shouts of his fellow cellmate, medical staff arrived to find him already dead before his capital punishment could be carried out. Okay. We don't really have any new info there, but I guess it is good to have that just as something to present. Yeah, because this is what we already have. And this is just this on top of what we already had from this part. These documents include the details that were in the newspaper cutting we found in Mr. Shamsphere's room. I'll rearrange everything in the court record so we don't have duplicate information. Why are you giving us a copy of this important file, though?
Well, you're the ones who turned up the clue in the first place, aren't you? I'm just making sure things get handled in the proper fashion.
Yo, Scotland Yard's helping us for the first time ever. They aren't an active nuisance. Indeed, my dear fellows, and the inspector here is a shining diamond in its crown. Shining diamond in the rough, maybe?
Look, I just don't want to be beholden to a lawyer, that's all.
Counsel for the defense and the defendant, please get in the room. Court proceedings are about to resume. Make your way into the courtroom at once, please, for the love of God. Well, I shall leave you then. I'll be listening with interest from the public gallery, not nodding off at all, certainly not. I haven't fucked my sleep schedule like crazy. That would be absurd. Rather tired of seeing Mr. Mustachoid and blood of tears, personally. So best of luck to you. Welcome, student Mr. Naruhodo, Esquire. Yeah, Natsume, what's up? It's time, isn't it? Yep, this is it. We're gonna ass blast everyone in this courtroom. Miss Olive Green and Mr. William Shamsphere. This is gonna be the final battle. Boom, boom, boom. I won't really have saved Soseki-san until I've exposed the whole truth of everything that's been going on. We have to expose the whole truth. We can't do a halfway measure, even though in most courts that'd be fine. No, this is a mystery game. We gotta do the whole truth, or else what's even the point of writing all this shit? 23rd of February, 12:30 p.m. The Old Bailey courtroom.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session again now. Before the recess, we heard a most startling accusation from the defense. He accused someone who was literally unconscious 3 days ago. Namely, that the victim of the case we heard here only a few days ago is the true perpetrator of this incident. A reckless, rash, and prejudiced charge of wrongdoing, in my opinion. My lord, however, the prosecution has tried to extend every courtesy to this amateur newcomer from dubious eastern shores. God, shut the fuck up. I will kill you. That backhanded consideration. With a cold assessment from the honorable British prosecutor, I must say. The Lord Van Zeeks is the new witness present and ready to take the stand.
You fucking better be. We got a whole trial ahead of us.
Ready and waiting in the witness's antechamber, my lord. Very well, bailiff, bring the witnesses in.
All around the world, bringing the witnesses in. God, we're just flooded with art students now. All of our fuck. This is why we don't have any money. We're only surrounded by art students. William Shamsphere, my liege, for mine occupation, I can say only that I be a tragic victim, to be pitied.
Certainly currently unemployed, in other words.
I'm Olive Green. I'm a fledgling artist. Well, no. I sometimes also draw fledgender. I don't just draw fledgling. Not a fledgling, really. A hopeless failure who's too weak-spirited to admit she has no talent, I suppose.
Also currently unemployed, in other words.
What a cuttery. Oh, what a great cast we have here. My lord, I am thy humble servant.
I am afraid that you are no longer merely the victim in this affair.
The possibility has been raised that you are in fact the assailant, intent on taking the life of your fellow lodger. The part you have played in this whole business will be thoroughly scrutinized, I assure you. Look, we're done with your bullshit. I would for naught else, my lord.
And Miss Green.
Yeah?
You are aware of the reason you have been summoned to this courtroom today, I presume?
Yes. The officer did explain. He said I poisoned this ridiculous buffoon. True. And? Do you accept the charge, Miss Green? Are you... Look, you can make this real easy for all of us. We're gonna find you out regardless. Just like, you know, you can just be cool about it. I don't know anything about any poisoning. And I don't know anything about this man. Come, lady, die to live. Verily, I know not thy prickly, pigmented personage. Alright, so first things first, we gotta establish that you do know this man. The assertion whether or not Miss Green has any involvement in this affair. Oh, very strange. Very strange indeed. Why do you suspect me? Barely ever go to the East End anyway. So happens that I passed by that neighborhood 6 days ago. That's all. And on the night that this man was poisoned, I was still in hospital fighting for my life. Yes, having been unfortunately caught up in the incident on the street outside the Garadeb household. An incident that rendered you unconscious for some 3 days. I was struck in the middle of my back by a knife, through no fault of my own, and now I'm under suspicion? What other irrelevant things might I be suspected of? All very disturbing. Your energies may be better spent worrying about random knife attacks, I feel, Miss Green. You will be knife attacked again. This is a promise. At this point in time, all that appears to connect you with Mr. Shamsphere's lodgings is the Briar Road incident of 6 days ago. That's why we would like you to testify formally now about exactly what happened. Oh no. The incident 6 days ago? You mean you want me to relive that awful accident? Yes! We want you to relive every detail. Please tell the court what happened that day. Please cry. We're here for it. And of course, we will be interested to hear from you about your movements that day too, Mr. Shamsphere. That's what we're more interested in. But what happened 6 days ago has nothing to do with me being poisoned. Wrong. Let's proceed then. The witness will present their formal testimony to the court. On the subject of the incident that took place on Briar Road the evening of the 17th of February. It was 6 days ago at about 5 p.m. I was walking along the snow when I was suddenly stabbed in the back. Coincidentally, it happened to be just outside the house where the men in this case have their lodgings. I was at the tavern on the eve of which thou speakest, for I had bespoken my supper. It was the first time I've been in the area. I had a little matter to attend to, that's all. Anyway, I was admitted straight to the hospital, so I knew nothing about all of this business. Yes, a second incident inside a week, at what I believe to be aptly described as the haunted lodgings. One can only presume this is a most unfortunate coincidence. Meanwhile, you say you were not in your room, Mr. Shamsphere. 'Twas the following morn when I did awaken that I learnt of the dire events. Mary, what a commotion did the officers of law make on the floor above mine. And Soseki-san was arrested on suspicion of attempted murder. As suspected, there is nothing connecting these two witnesses but happenstance. It's true, it does seem as though they're unrelated at first glance, however, we know for a fact this man killed her fiancé. So, like, we just gotta force that into the conversation somehow. My one and only chance to expose it.
Consul, you may now cross-examine these two witnesses if you wish.
I do wish to do that, please and thank you. It's like my whole purpose of being here. Alright. So far, I don't think we have anything here that we can object to. I feel like we're definitely gonna have to press here. Okay, we're gonna have to... That's where the bookstores are. I'm guessing this will come into play again, since we are gonna need to know where certain lodgings are. Like, where that place is, or, where the letter said to meet up. I mean, this is gonna be presented as like, no, we found this letter in your lodging, in your, in your hospital room, therefore you can suck minutes! Their lodgings. Press here, because I feel like there's a chance it'll bring up. Although then again, I feel like he's not gonna bring up the note. He's gonna hide that for as long as possible. A tavern, you say? Which one? 'Twas the Slug and Salad where I did tarry. 'Tis a jewel in the East End.
And a little unexpected, I feel.
Hmm? What do you mean, Lord Van Zeeks?
The Slug and Salad offers unusually fine dining. For the locality, at least. Not an establishment you expect to be patronized by a man with not even a crumb of bread in his room.
Ugh! Fuck you! It's true, the menu lists premium crusts of bread and glasses of water in different levels of cloudiness. That's how you know it's some bougie bullshit that tastes like trash.
I would have expected Grub's grubbery in the local vicinity to be more appropriate for your means. Watery soup and mushy peas. Or rather, soupy water and pea-like mush.
All equally appetizing. We're here for it. I just wanted to try some water in a different pub for once. What's wrong with that? Ooh, we could... Oh, do we want to do the pursue here? I guess we could.
Excuse me!
There isn't like an indicator, though, for it. No, don't move. It's a very rare sight to see an Eastern gentleman in a British court, you know. Are you drawing me? Yes, of course. Now, could you go back to that same expression you had before, with the cold sweat? Now, let's just focus on the trial, shall we? Look, let's not pretend that this is my default stance. Okay, let's repress this.
Hold it!
Okay, let's get back to where we were before I... Excuse me! Like, I was going off of vibes. Because I remember in the last game, there was a time where you had to do the pursue without there being, like, a good indicator for it. How different can water really be? Or perhaps there's a more plausible explanation. A specific reason why he had to go to that particular establishment. Agreed. The fact that on that day of all days he dined at a place you wouldn't normally, it does stand out. Own actions on the day of the incident 6 days ago were slightly suspicious. What if we have some evidence that can explain these actions? I feel like we kind of do. Like, we almost kind of have evidence that can point towards it. Hold on. Let me present evidence. Mr. Shamsphere. Yes, sire. I'm just an innocent baby boy. On the day in question, is it not the case that you visited the Slug and Salad, a place you don't normally patronize, for a very particular reason? I don't know what you're talking about. Pray, if thou hast some purpose, speakest it. No, she's just chillin'. She's just vibing. Very well, I will present the court with evidence. Evidence that explains why you had to be at the Slug and Salad that day.
Take
Boom!
that!
Oh good Horatio. There are more things in heaven and earth than are dreamt of in your philosophy. Horatio? I believe it's a line from Shakespeare Hamlet, Mr. Naruhodo. Be it a line from the great Shakespeare, or from this Mr. Shamsphere, the message is the same. My learned Japanese friend is wide of the mark. Fuck. Wait, do I need to, like, re-examine this? No. Doesn't seem like it. Okay. Ah, fuck. What else could it be, then? It mentions the poison. I don't think any of that helps. I don't think this helps either. No, not really. We need the other letter, but we don't have that because we didn't steal it from Green. Even though we really should have. No, this doesn't have anything. Okay. Shit. I do wonder if there isn't perhaps some evidence that would explain why it was the Slug and Salad he visited. Gladly. Why would thy bidding do, Horatio? Maybe we need to press more to get that evidence. Because so far, there's nothing about this that indicates what it's about. This is gonna come up later.
Hold it!
What little matter, Miss Green? Please elaborate. Please elaborate. Please give us the letter that you have. It was nothing, really. It's not worth mentioning. Wrong. It's worth mentioning now. If you remember, you mentioned it to us yesterday at the hospital. The hospital. It was related to the card you were holding. Oh, this is where we get the card going. What was that? She clearly just hid something behind her back. You give that back to me, you son of a bitch. Remember, I believe the card contained a note that read, I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. What does that matter?
What?
This has nothing to do with Duncan.
Excuse me!
Boom. Mr. Shamsphere, do you have something to share with the court? Do you have something to share about the fact that you murdered a guy? To be or not to be, that is the question. Mr. Shamsphere, I would like to take a gun to your face. Ah, pray forgive me. The great bard's words springeth from within me, with nary a thought. Don't tell me. Because you're possessed by Shakespeare's spirit, right? Hearing Miss Green's words a moment ago seemed to make you think of something. Something of relevance, perhaps? Well, nay, sire. There was nothing at all. Oh, they know the best tactic in court is to just shut the fuck up. Presumably you know the name, though. Mr. Duncan Ross, I mean. After all, you were both lodgers in the same house. I would it were so, but sadly nay. Lodging be a lonely occupation, sire. My lodging fellows be rarely known to me. So you haven't heard of him, even though he passed away in the room one floor above yours? Yes? Miss Green. Me, my lord? Have I done something wrong? The card that was mentioned before, containing a note. Do you have it upon your person?
I do, yes, but I don't need it anymore. In fact, I should throw it away, really.
Before you dispose of it, the court will take it as evidence, please. Yo, thank you. That's what we needed.
That's what links Mr. Shamsphere and Miss Green. It's Duncan Ross.
Now continue with your testimony, please, Miss Green.
The thing between these two is the guy that got fucking murdered for no reason at all. Alright. Alright, this is probably gonna relate back to the other thing. The evidence has been ripped open rather carefully, hasn't it? Miss Green strikes me as the type to open, consider correspondence more neatly than that. Ah. What is it? The way the envelope is torn, I'm almost sure I've seen the exact shape somewhere else. Oh, you don't mean... Were you thinking of this piece of evidence, Mr. Naruhodo? Exactly, that's it. Try to match them up.
Yeah, slot 'em. Yippee! Finally.
They go together perfectly. This torn off end of the envelope clearly belongs with this card.
Thank you. That's what we've been looking for.
Okay, now those two are worthwhile pieces of evidence for once. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-bum-bum-bum-ba.
Okay.
Hold it!
Now I can press here and do the evidence again. Bloom, bloom, bloom. I would like to present evidence, please. Which one would we present? I guess it would be this one, maybe. Well, it might be the other one just because it's actually the part of it he had, whereas this is just the part of it that Green had. It probably doesn't matter which one. This card reveals the answer. The Red Eyes Black Dragoon.
Good lord. Miss Green's card, you mean?
Correct. Very good, Judge. That's right, my lord. It reads, I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on the 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It is a matter of utmost importance. Mr. Shamsphere, your actions on the afternoon of Miss Green's stabbing are exactly as described in this note.
No?
Nuh-uh. My favorite Shakespeare quote. Nuh-uh. No, I didn't. Personally, I find it hard to believe that's a coincidence. Don't you, Mr. Shamsphere? Well... Excuse me. Can I say something? Yes, Miss Green. Go ahead. That card was delivered to me. Arrow. This fucking reminds me of, like, YouTube arrows. Like, oh. This dumb fuck learned his lesson on March 76, 1947. Well, you'd think so, yes, but it's hard to believe it's merely... My lord, may I?
May you what, Miss Green?
I'd like to make something very clear about that card.
Very well then. You may amend your testimony to include details about the peculiar note. This note was delivered to me at my address. It's nothing to do with the odd man next to me here. It's nothing to do with this weird fuck. Wrong! The day before the incident, exactly 1 week ago, this note was delivered to your address. And upon carrying out the instructions in the note, you found yourself in hospital. Yes, I did. Terrible everything that's happened to me. As she looks around, knowing she tried to kill someone. Yes, it is terrible. If it's all true, that is. What do you mean? Miss Green, have a look at this, please. Please, take a look. It's a torn off end of the envelope. Oh, is it? Oh, is it? Is that what it is? Wow. Very good, lawyer. As it so happens that it fits together perfectly with the envelope of the note you received. God, my camera is not working for some reason today. Where did you find that? Mr. Shamsphere's room. In my room? Hold on, I didn't even know I had that. I don't pay attention to my own room. Like, this is all just a wash for me once I go in there. Mr. Shamsphere, do you perhaps remember this note from somewhere? Well? No, Your actions that afternoon follow the instructions in the note to the letter. And on the other side, there is a note. And you also got this message from your parents! Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. The fucking music kicks in. Like, oh shit, they've got us. Let me ask you again, Mr. Shamsphere. You already knew about this note, didn't you? Who the fuck are you looking over at? And you, Miss Green. What did I do? As this torn-off end of the envelope proves, the note was originally in Mr. Shamsphere's room. So how is it that it came to be in your possession? I don't have the first idea. I'm just a fledgling artist, after all. All I draw is fledgling. I don't know how to draw its evos yet. There is only one explanation. You broke into Mr. Shamsphere's room and stole it. You didn't Sorry! Thou hast what? You thou were in my room? He's slipping. He's finally slipping. What on earth do you want with me? It would seem that both witnesses need to testify again. Miss Green. Yes? Your name is Green, yet it appears that you've only been drawing in red. You disgust me on a cultural level. While you have the court's sympathy, I'm sure, for the suffering you have endured in recent events. Anyone found to be giving false testimony in a court of law will be duly punished. Please bear that in mind. Oh no. Yes, I know. Oh, poor girl. She is so fucking done with this shit. Very well then, witnesses. You will give formal testimony again now. On the subject of this curious anomaly regarding the note Miss Green claims to have received. Alright, let's see what testimony 2 has. I do remember now. 'Twas a week ago, pre-adventure, that note was delivered unto me. On the day which therein I did tarry a long hour at the Slug and Salad, yet nobody came. Thereafter, on the evening I shared the company of the Japanese fellow, I did see the note had vanished. I don't know what you mean.
You think I snuck into this man's room, do you? Why would I? I can point out the villain here. And as for that torn-off piece of evidence, I don't know anything about it. Very fun that she's pointing out Shamsphere as the villain, and not the defendant. She's like, no, the defendant's fine. It's this fucker who did it.
You now claim to have received this letter, do you, Mr. Shamsphere?
Faith, 'tis so, my lord. And I would swear to have set it upon the table in my humble lodgings. Yet, 'tis clear to me now that since I returned from the tavern that night, I have not laid eyes upon it.
Well, that being the case, young lady, it would appear that your testimony was...
A lie? Is that what you think? How unfair of you to think I'm the one lying.
I beg your pardon?
I'm just a fledgling artist, as I said. And fledgling artists don't lie. You can check the Bible. It says they can't. They're physically incapable. That note was delivered to me at my address. And besides... Bam! We all know who the liar around here is. It's this fucker. That's true, Miss Green. How do you explain the facts? This part of the envelope was, without a doubt, found in Mr. Shamsphere's room. I don't see why I should explain. Sorry? I'm a fledgling artist. My job here is just to say what happened, that's all. It's your job to give the explanations and the proof. The fledgling lawyer.
A fledgling will do his best.
Fuck you!
Evidently, my learned friend's cross-examination is our only hope of learning the truth. Well, counsel?
I'm ready, my lord. I'm ready. Miss Green clearly did break into Mr. Shamsphere's room. There's no question of that. That's how she acquired the note. Yes, the two facts are starting to lead me to a possible explanation for all this. And it's not a pretty one. I don't know, I think it's pretty cool. You know, it would have been way cooler if Shamsphere actually died, but so far I'm really vibing with the murderer here. I'm really vibing with the the culprit here on this one. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to prove they... Let's look over these again real quick. Long hour, yet nobody came. Yet nobody came. I don't know what you mean. I think I snuck into this man's room. Why would I? To poison him, actually. I think that's why you would. Why would you would be because of him, but I don't think... I think I'm too ahead of the game if I do that, you know? I don't think that's what the game is looking for this second. It seems that this note was actually delivered to Mr. Shamsphere's about a week ago. Oh, does it? But for some reason it ended up in your possession. I can't think of any way that could have happened except for you breaking into Mr. Shamsphere's lodgings.
Objection!
But for what reason would the witness have done that?
We're getting there. Look, we're getting there, dog.
I won't deny that Miss Green's possession of the note would appear to defy logic. However, until and unless her involvement in this case can be proven in some other way, and any further pursuit of this note is meaningless.
Miss Green could only have come in to be in possession of the note by stealing it from Shamsphere's room. And yet, there's no obvious reason why she would have done such a thing. What if there was some other reason she broke into his lodgings, though?
Yes, we should pursue that idea, Mr. Naruhodo.
So close to a breakthrough. Ah, nothing there, okay. Because, like, she clearly did it to poison him.
Hold it!
So you don't want to tell the court the truth about the letter, is that it? I'm a fledgling artist, remember? Artists are nearly always introverted characters. Look, if you check the character list, they're either very introverted or way too extroverted. Introverted, Faye, this fledgling doth readily cast aspirations about my nature. Yet, I am an angel, a seraph, birds do harmonize with my song, the wind doth frolic on my wings. Oh pity, where doth thou accuse one, so pure of heart, ample woman? Look at my dance. How could I not be an innocent little baby boy when I dance? Pure of heart? I don't think so. Even a fledgling like me can see you're just a failure. Tragedy! Thou shalt not know the true heart of an artist until thine instruction that whereafter by death. Oh, the days, oh, the years, alas, they extinguish thee. Thou must wait so long and in vain. Stay the fuck away from me. Like, he gets closer to her with this shimmy, and she just, like, fucking punches him in the face. Mr. Naruhodo, interject with some clever remark. This is your chance to shine. I'm no Shakespearean actor. Look, I'm not gonna get involved here. The only thing that's going to resolve this argument is evidence. Yes. Evident. Did in fact break into Mr. Shamsphere's room, isn't it? That's where she found this letter. Yeah, two more or less foregone conclusions that lead me to one terrifying conclusion. Terrifying? Yes, I'm afraid to say that the outcome of this cross-examination may well change how we look at this case completely. Maybe we do have to, like, present the poison and be like, this is why. This is why you did it, because you wanted to poison this guy. This feels like jumping the gun a bit, but, boom. Yesterday at the hospital, we saw you with this bottle. Oh, that was the right answer, cool. And though the content split during the course of our meeting, a small quantity remained. According to the defense's independent analysis, Mr. Shlom's chemistry set, the liquid that was still in the bottle was identified as synchronine. What? Synchronine? The very same poison that afflicted Mr. Shamsphere. Oh! Yo, good morning! Good morning. We are doing well in our trial so far. Finally got Green out here. And hopefully she murders Shamsphere in cold blood in front of the court, and the jury will clap. That's what we should have happen. The jury should clap for her. For one reason and one reason alone. To cover the end of the pipe that feeds the gas lamp in Mr. Shamsphere's room with poison. Can this be? You broke into my room to... It may seem incredible to the court, because it is, but from the remaining clues, there is only one logical conclusion that we can reach. The person who attempted to take Mr. Shamsphere's life with poison was you, Miss Olive Green. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dearie me. She's dead. We killed her. Oh no, already. Order! Order! Counsel, are you seriously suggesting this woman put poison on the end of the gas pipe with intent to kill?
Yes, my lord. That's the only way that makes sense. There's no other way to explain the facts.
But if Miss Green did indeed set this odious trap 6 days ago, and the victim has put his pipe to... And the victim had put his mouth to the pipe that very evening as expected, the attempted murder would have happened 6 days ago, surely.
Well... Yeah, but he didn't have a reason to put his mouth to the pipe because Soseki was in fucking... court. Like, he was in jail, so there was no purpose to.
Perhaps not, my lord. I beg your pardon. There was a significant police presence in the area that evening, on account of the incident on Briar Road. Local residents were being interviewed throughout the night as part of an ongoing inquiry. A circumspect criminal would likely have chosen not to carry out any wrongdoing at that time.
Yo, he's actually, like, using his brain for once instead of hating Japanese people? That's fucking crazy. I never thought I'd see the day. And of course, the following morning, there was more activity at Mr. Shamsphere's address. More activity? Oh yeah, the whole thing we've been talking about this entire time. Whoopsies, I just forget constantly. You mean his fellow lodger, Mr. Natsume, being arrested on suspicion of murder? That's right. And as the defense has already proposed, Mr. Shamsphere was meddling with the gas in the pipes for a very sinister reason himself. To cause the gas stove in Mr. Natsume's room to go out, thereby asphyxiating the occupant. But once Mr. Natsume had been arrested, his room was under constant surveillance by the police. Plus, if he wasn't even there, there was no point in trying to asphyxiate him. In the circumstances, Mr. Shamsphere had no reason to blow air into the gas pipe. Intended victim being in a prison cell. With the need to tamper with the gas removed, the poison on the pipe lay dormant. And then, 3 days ago now, the situation changed again. Right, Mr. Natsume's trial, which took place here in the Old Bailey, came to an end. And thus he went back to his fucking room to get choked to death by the gas man. That resulted in Mr. Natsume returning to his lodgings for the first time in 2 days. And that very night, his gas stove mysteriously went out and Mr. Shamsphere was mysteriously poisoned. You can't prove any of this. I'm going to die. In conclusion, the poison that was present on the mouth of the gas pipe had been put there in the victim's room some 4 days earlier, and that's why it didn't kill him. Very. Yo, they got a stool for her? That's funny. She was too short, they had to get a box. With that new understanding, it becomes clear that this letter was all part of the plan.
What plan?
The court will recall that the note gave instructions. Oh shit! Yo, pie! I didn't know that was an option. Thank you for the raid! We have gamed! I don't know how to remove... Oh, there it goes. I was like... Thank you, Reg Dread. Hello, hello. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, we are in the middle of court. Reg is fine. Alright, good, good. Look, I don't know how to pronounce names. That shit's impossible. The court will recall that the note gave instructions to visit the Slug and Salad at 5 o'clock, and that the recipient should tell nobody else. The reason for these instructions are now clear.
To ensure that the lodger would not be at home at the stated time.
Learning spelling is otherworldly. Look, having to spell English properly, fucking impossible. I'm not gonna do it. Like, these words are... The spellings are random. They aren't given any actual thought. It's just random. While you were out, Miss Green could safely slip into your room, knowing that she wouldn't be disturbed. You mean to say that letter was written by Miss Green, yeah. And in order to cover her tracks, she took it away with her when she left. Just after she smeared poison over the mouth of the gas pipe in your room.
Order! Order! What have you to say for yourself, witness?
She doesn't have much to say. Look, she's been through a lot. I think she's allowed to murder her. She's allowed to murder Shamsphere here.
Just who are you? Why did you try to kill me? What the fuck? I'm an angel. I've never done anything wrong.
Shamsphere. Shame him. Murder him. Miss Green's motive should be obvious. Oh yeah, she's not talking. She's done here. It's all tied up with someone whose name we've heard several times already during the course of this trial. And by several times, I mean like twice? Maybe 3 times?
So that's what's behind all of this. You will share your apparent understanding with the court, please, counsel. Which person is behind this woman's motive for the attack on the victim's life?
Take that!
Duncan Ross.
That's right, her dead fiancé. Before the defendant, Mr. Natsume, took up residence in the lodgings at Mr. Garadeb's, somebody else was renting the room, Mr. Duncan Ross.
I knew I'd heard that name somewhere else. It was all over the papers a month ago. The man died in strange circumstances at the haunted lodgings. That does ring a vague... Of course, yes, I remember now. Young man was, they claimed, was strangled by the convict's curse of some such.
Sadly, my lord, it wasn't a curse of any kind, nor was it an accident. The man died as a result of Mr. Shamsphere blowing into the gas pipe and causing gas to leak into the room. He fucking gassed him to death. Like a fucking monster. It was murder, plain and simple.
No.
Well, what do you know? The world is so unfair. Curses, furious deaths. That's all people care about. It's an interesting story. They want to know. Doesn't cross their minds that real people are involved. Once they're bored, just 1 month later, once the story lost its appeal, everyone's forgotten him.
You mean you? Duncan was,
Mr. Ross was Miss Green's fiancé.
Fiancé? Uh-oh. Oh, this woman's going to murder me. Like, right now, isn't she?
You may not have known until now who Miss Green really is, Mr. Shamsphere. But she's known exactly who you are all along. Because you're her sworn enemy. The murderer who took the life of the man she was to marry.
Mary?
Miss Green, is it not the case that in order to exact revenge on Mr. Shamsphere, you smeared poison all over the end of the gas pipe?
Oh, this is a good trial. This is a good one.
I like this case a lot, actually. Having the quote-unquote victim be the actual monster here, where the person who tried to kill him is fully justified. Oh, it's so good.
Am I correct in understanding that you now accuse both parties, counsel?
each on different counts of murder.
Yep. Yes, my lord, that's correct. Though I will say, there should be a different sentence for justified murder that Miss Green will get, whereas Shamsphere will be thrown under the bus and killed.
Objection!
Inhaling so deeply it appears that my fledgling learned friend has taken in a lungful of dubious gas that caused his judgment to be clouded.
Just like the Kokoro, of which the title points us towards.
Why would Mr. Shamsphere have wanted to kill these lodgers, as you say? You have completely failed to provide a motive to substantiate your accusation against the man.
Yes, that's right, Mr. Reaper, my liege. You get his ass, I have been slighted. His lies, all lies, I deny every utterance.
You'll have to forgive me, Mr. Naruhodo, sir.
But I don't intend to admit to anything either. Miss Green, I'm sure you'll think I'm being very rude, but I'm not going to be sent to the gallows for the likes of this scoundrel.
Objection!
But you broke into the man's room. Yeah, and he deserved it. He deserves it. If you didn't do it to smear poison on the pipe, what was your reason? I thought I'd have a look around. That's all. Sorry? You're right. I suspected him. So I thought perhaps I might find some evidence or something in his room. Evidence that it was him who took Duncan's life. Oh, villainess! Oh, villainy! Oh, tyranny! Oh, rotiny of woman! But in any case, wherever I leave my room, I do turn the key in the lock. That whole place is falling apart. The locks on the door are no different. You think I couldn't break into that place? Come on. Duncan showed me once how to unlock the door with some chirps and a piece of wire. Oh, awfulness! Oh, awfulness! Oh, tyranny! Oh, perfidy of woman!
We will consider your trespassing on some future occasion, but for now, tell the court what you found, what evidence your search revealed.
Actually, now that I saw that autosave, I need to do an actual save just in case my computer fucking dies on me. Because I do not trust the autosave in this game. It's like, it feels very random when it feels like popping up. Well, I spotted the note that I sent him lying on the floor. When I went to pick it up, I noticed something. One of the floorboards was loose, and underneath it, I discovered a secret hiding place. Huh? You weren't supposed to look in that. Look! I don't look into your secret hiding places. Yes, we also discovered that hiding place. Inside, we found a newspaper cutting, a photograph, and an empty tin box. Yeah, well, the thing is, when I found it, the box wasn't empty. What? There was something in it? Yeah. This rather nice key. What are you doing with that? What the? Oh, that really fucking pissed him off. Every ounce of color has drained from his face. Yo, that is a baller. Holy shit. He fucking broke into his room, stole the key, and has been wearing it as a necklace as a flex. She is a fucking baller, what can I say? Olive Green deserves to get away with this crime because she's the GOAT. She's too cool to get arrested for it. Give it here. Give it to me now. It's mine. I inherited it.
What was that, witness? What did you say? You inherited it. No, fuck. Fuck! Wherefore art thou? Fuck! What's all this about? He inherited that key. It was obviously important to you, since you'd gone to such lengths to hide it, so I took it. I don't know what it's for, but you took something precious from me, so I took something precious from you. What if it means you can't open something now? I don't give a shit. Give it back this instant! Give it to me! No, go fuck yourself, actually.
Calm yourself, witness.
Mr. Shamsphere has tried, and in one case succeeded to take the life of 2 lodgers now. Yes, his motive for doing so is the key to everything that's happened. It's true that there appears to be no motive to support the accusation against Mr. Shamsphere. At first. However, if you look into it even a slight bit, you realize that it's very obvious.
What?
Oh, the slappies. That's how you know we're getting real. I'm sure that I just caught a glimpse of the link that runs through all these events.
In that case, counsel, I must demand that you present evidence to the court in support of your claim. The motivation for Mr. Shamsphere's alleged crimes.
Take that!
That's an official police report, is it not?
Yeah.
Selden file. How did you get a hold of that?
Selden? I've seldom heard of the man. Please don't kill me. The now sadly deceased Mr. Ross and the defendant Mr. Natsume have only one thing linking them. The fact that they had lodgings in the same room.
Well, yes. We know this, certainly. A room that was formerly occupied by Selden. Until, that is, he was arrested by Scotland Yard for his involvement in multiple burglaries. I see.
And it so happens that the convict Selden left behind one very substantial mystery when he died.
A sum 1,000 pounds worth of loot that he stole, which of yet remains to be found. Ah, yes, of course. It's coming back to me now. Uh-huh. I'm definitely remembering this and not just reading it for the first time. No, I remember this all happening, surely. 1,000 pounds lost en route to hell. That was how the papers summed it up.
And it seems that one particular fellow inmate was with the convict in his final moments. It's not hard to imagine Selden entrusted that inmate with his most closely guarded secret. The location of the stolen loot, and perhaps a key to unlock whatever container the valuables were in. Stop fucking mocking the camera and get over here, Shamsphere. I'm gonna murder you. You mean this key is... Mr. Shamsphere, it was you, wasn't it? You were the capital offender's... You were at the capital offender's side when he died, were you not? What are you talking about? This is a false charge. I tell you, a false charge!
The name of the inmate who was with Selden at his death isn't noted in this file, but a simple telegram to the prison where he died would quickly tell us how false the charge really is.
Oh, fuck!
But even if it's true, why would the man be so intent on killing every subsequent occupant of the convict's lodging?
There's only one explanation for that, my lord. It was in that very room that Selden hid his loot. Ling.
So, it all comes out.
Yes, everyone is gay. You finally figured it out. We've established that. All of Mr. Shamsphere's subsequent actions start to make perfect sense. when he was let out of prison following Selden's death. He made immediately for Mr. Garrideb's lodging in the hope of renting Selden's old room. However, the retired army man was unable to offer him the accommodation of his choice. Because Selden's old room had already been let to somebody else. Mr. Duncan Ross. Which is why Mr. Shamsphere subsequently devised his gas-based plot to kill the occupant of the room. And when he was successful, he presumably intended to inquire about switching into a newly vacant room. However, a certain jittery someone had beaten him to it. On, like, the very next day. He was in there.
Mr. Soseki Natsume, the defendant in this case, no less.
So, you decided to use the ploy with the gas again, didn't you, Mr. Shamsphere? This time to oust Mr. Natsume. All for one simple and avaricious reason. To get your hands on the 1,000 pounds of loot left behind by the dead convict.
You!
You know, I didn't think he'd fold that quickly.
Looks like I'm gonna snuff it before they get to scratch me neck. Listen, I want you to have me loot. Anything to stop the coppers getting their mitts on it. It's hidden in the room where I was lodging when they got me. Here, this is the key to it. Take it. They somehow didn't catch this off me when they searched me. Always one step ahead, mate. See all in hell, I guess, Shamsphere. I hid this key straight up my ass, and you're gonna have to hide it up yours if you want to get it out of here.
Mine. Hmm? What did he just say? It's mine. That loot is mine. Oh, yeah. There we go. Mr. Shamsphere? Oh, your face is looking marvelous today. It's all lies. I don't accept any of it. Why should I? After all, you don't have a shred of evidence. You can't prove I killed that fellow. Forsooth, I'm the victim here, remember? Isn't that right, ladies and gentlemen? And the jury is just like, I don't know, man. Like they're fucking tugging at their collar, like, oh, I don't think you're the victim here, actually. If I don't admit to it, there's nothing you can do. You can't arrest me, for the time being anyway. Verily, you can't arrest the victim, can you? Isn't that right, ladies and gentlemen? I'm so close, I just need a few more hours. I swore to myself that I'd get my hands on it, and I can almost taste it now. You really think I'd just give up? Oh, there's no question in my mind now. This man is guilty as fuck. I've known this since the day I saw you. But he seems so utterly intoxicated by the idea of that loot. I'm afraid that however hard you press him, he'll never admit to what he's done, Mr. Naruhodo. There is a way. We gotta get Olive Green to help us out here. I can finish him. He's already committed the most heinous crimes to get his hands on that loot. Which means all we need to do is find it first. A fine plan. Were it not for the fact that the police thoroughly searched the room following the death of Mr. Ross. If it's there at all, it must be very well hidden indeed. Without conclusive evidence, I certainly cannot rule. Only there was some way we could find the convict's loot quickly.
Oh, is this where the cat comes in? Because I was wondering why we had the cat show up out of nowhere. And it has to be important. The cat found the loot. The cat already knows where it is. They've been hiding it for years. The final piece in this complex puzzle. And I think we might have it in our possession already. Or rather, I think we may well have something that can help us find where the loot is hidden. Hello, teacher. Could I use the bathroom, please, my lord?
Yes, counsel?
The defense would like to make a proposal about how to find the late convict's hidden loot. I believe we are already in possession of something that can give us a clue as to its whereabouts. Dancing, yes, you will not stop my prance. Our last chance, so it has to be worth a gamble. Besides, we've used the same technique once already, and it definitely paid off then.
Very well then, counsel. Let the court hear your idea. What do you propose we use in order to locate the hidden place of the deceased convict's hall?
I think we gotta use... I think what they're looking for is the handprint shit again.
Take that!
If I'm not mistaken, those are Mr. Shamsphere's handprints on the wall of his lodgings.
Correct. That's right, my lord. Exposed as a result of the defense's independent investigation of the scene. Based on a wonderful new discovery in the field of forensic science by a great detective, Mr. Shlomes. A great detective? Is that some kind of joke? Do you really think I'm going to be daunted by a man with such a ridiculous title? I should think the great bard ought to recognize such a title when he hears one, Mr. Shamsphere. Perhaps we should compete for the honor of most ridiculous title. Yo, Shlomes. Shlomes, you can't interrupt court proceedings, you silly Billy. Ah, 'tis Herlock Shlomes himself. He's come to kill me. No, that's Miss Green's job, not mine.
What are you doing here, great detective? Your usual haunts are the filthy back streets of the capital, are they not?
Ah, Mr. Reaper, it's been too long. And I see your complexion has worsened since we last met. Mr. Shlomes? He does know Lord Van Zeeks, then. Well enough to say something like that in any case. Well, yeah, he already said that. What do you mean? I thought he was full of shit. I thought he was just lying his ass off.
You may be hailed as a great detective by the population at large. That does not give you right to come and go in my courtroom as you see fit.
If I may, my lord, Mr. Shlome's newly developed scientific method has helped us uncover vital clues in this case already.
Clues, you say? Clues, you say?
I call them skin prints, my lord. My method identifies every location touched by an individual under scrutiny. It's the method by which we were able to ascertain this gentleman's gas pipe activities. You only have a small sample of something the individual has previously touched to make an indicator solution. In your case, sir, I used the teacup you had been holding, elementary. So now, Mr. Naruhodo... yes? What am I to use as a sample to make the indicator solution this time? Thank you for offering to help, Mr. Shlomes. We need you to get that key, get in that room, and fucking search the whole place out while we keep fucking Shamsphere contained and arrested. And he's going to flip his shit. I guess we need to present a person, don't we? Because it needs to be the key, right? And we don't have the key in evidence, so...
present a person. We will need something of Selden's in order to create the indicator solution to find this loot. And something the convict owns happens to be in the possession of somebody listed in the court record. Upon my word, Mr. Naruhodo, your powers of reasonings appears to be on the up. So, which particular person do you have in mind? From whom can we obtain the possession of the late convict Selden? Get that olive green, let's go! Olive green, crush this man's balls. Fucking murder him. Me? What do you want with me? The key around your neck, if you please. That's what we want from you. Sorry? Oh no. Get her away from that guy, actually. That key belonged to Selden. There will be remnants of secretions from the man's skin on its surface that we can use. Very true. That is the sample we need. Using it, we can create the indicator solution required for Mr. Shlom's Skin Print Seeker. Ultra Deluxe 9000. To find out exactly what Selden touched in the room that he used to rent. Mr. Shamsphere is one great to another, I assure you. If the late convict's haul is hidden somewhere in his former lodgings, I shall uncover it in no more than 30 minutes. Yeah, we get the fucking cornered song again. Always love when the cornered song comes out. That's like the whole point of playing Ace Attorney, really. The truth is well within our grasp now, and as such, you will never get your hands on Selden's stolen loot wealth. In that case, I'll gladly let Mr. Shlomes have this key. No! Give the key to me! The detective shan't have it! It's over, Mr. Shamsphere. You're fucked. Die. No, no. You're out of options now. There's only one thing left for you to do. Admit your guilt. Whoa. Oh, shameful spear, despair. By thy name. Hell yeah. Well, this is a first in the series where we get to have the victim have a breakdown at the end. I never intended to kill the man, I just wanted to drive him out of the room. That's all. Yeah, we'll go with that. So you'd have time to find the convict's hole of stolen goods. Yet after you killed the young man, you still didn't move into the room. I asked the landlord, of course. I pleaded with him, but he refused. Why? I was 3 months behind with the rent, for one thing. Well, yeah. Figurative really has had a lot to put up with. And he had the gas repair work done immediately afterwards, putting the room out of action for a while. And then, this Japanese man swooped in at just the right moment to sign the new lease. Poor Mr. Natsume. What unfortunate timing. Then, 5 days ago, after the incident on Briar Road, when the Japanese fellow got himself arrested, I thought I'd finally have my chance. But it wasn't to be. No, the scene was sealed off and guarded by the police night and day. And if I remember rightly, Mr. Shlom spent the whole day in there reading books. I couldn't even enter the room, let alone search for the loot. Which is why, on the day Mr. Natsume was acquitted and returned to his room, You once again tried your trick of blowing air into the gas pipe that feeds the stove in his room. Unbeknownst to you, however, that action would lead you into a deadly trap. Hi, Green. Hi, Olive. How you doing? William Shamsphere. How does it go? To be or not to be? That is the question. From Shakespeare's Hamlet, Act 3, Scene 1. Well, let me tell you, in your case, it's not to be. That is the answer. You deserve to die for what you've done. Fucking Ruth Nuke. Fucking kill this man. Judge, kill this man. Let Green be acquitted. Holy fucking shit. Yes, girl. Yes, slay him. Actually peak. At first, I really did think it was just a terrible accident. I'll never forget our conversation the night before Duncan died. The gas supply in my new lodgings are a complete disaster, you know, Olive. The gas supply? Yeah, the stove always seems to go out in the middle of the night for some reason. It's no joke. They say it's the convict's curse. Oh, Duncan, please don't stay there. I don't care how cheap it is. Alright then, if it's that important to you, I'll start looking for a new place. There are spare rooms in my house. Why don't you leave that horrible room tonight? No, I'd better not. We said we'd wait until we graduated before we told our parents, remember? God, what a fucking nightmare. What a fucking nightmare scenario. That was the last time we ever spoke. That very night, he fell victim to the gas. Only I'd known it was going to happen. I'd have insisted he left that horrible room that instant. But instead, all I've been left with is bitter regret. I stopped going to school. Something kept drawing me back to the house on Briar Road. I saw a stooped Eastern-looking man with a mustache coming out of the house one day when I was there. He walked up the road to Grub's Grubbery for some food, so I followed him and sat myself down next to him. He had some watery-looking soup and started to pick up a quarrel with the publican. That place is cursed, I tell you. Cursed? The ghost of the convict who used to live there is trying to suffocate me. I woke up in the middle of the night, freezing to death because the stove had gone out. The room is full of gas and I can hardly breathe. But the pipes have been checked. No problem there. It's like I'm the problem. That's what they are thinking. But how could that be? Duncan was gone, and now this man had almost suffered the same fate. Could it really be a curse? Then I remembered a rumor I'd heard about how the gas companies go around investigating the gas installations.
A rumor? Oh, you mean...
Yeah, everybody's heard the stories, it seems, about how they go checking the pipes.
How anything connected to the gas can be extinguished by blowing air into the pipework.
That's when it started. A little flicker of doubt in the back of my mind that just wouldn't go away. Was it really an accident, though? Once I've had the idea, it wouldn't leave me alone. It plagued me day and night. So I bought this. One of the black markets in the East End. A black market? I'd never been. I just heard people talk about them. You really can buy anything you can think of there. Some ways, being able to get my hands on this so easily made me even more determined. I had to find out one way or another. Was Duncan's death an accident, or was it murder? And your chosen method for establishing the truth was simple, but highly effective. Smear poison on the gas pipe you suspected the man of tampering with, and wait. If Mr. Shamsphere was innocent, nothing would come of what you'd done. But if he was guilty, he would pay for his crimes dearly. Yeah, based as fuck. Look, he shouldn't be put on trial for this, is what I'm saying here. Oh wait, should I skip the text? I found out the name of the man I suspected, William Shamsphere. Then I wrote him this little note. I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It is a matter of utmost importance. He'd done it. I knew that would worry him enough, so he'd be sure to go. So I waited to see if it worked. And of course, Mr. Shamsphere followed the instructions to the letter. He fell for it, hook, line, and fucking sinker. I worked out where the gas pipe was straight away. So I smeared a good amount of poison I'd bought all over the mouth of the pipe. All the time praying that the devil's work wouldn't be done, that it was all just some wild fantasy. Actually, no. All the time praying that the devil's work would be done, and the culprit would get his just desserts. My god, that was a great one. This was genuinely a great case. This was amazing. The first day, we deal with gas problems. Then we realize that the gas problems actually all relate to Shamsphere being a fucking murderer. And the person who tried to kill him, you know what? The only wrong thing Olive Green did is not get the job done. The only wrongdoing she did was not killing Shamsphere fully. When you were first stood in the dock before me, this whole affair seemed relatively straightforward. Yes, my lord. Certainly never imagined the depths of depravity that we should subsequently find lurking behind the scenes. It has been a long road, my Nipponese friend. Oh, yeah, are we friends? I feel like you kind of hate me, and I kind of hate you because you're extremely racist. And one I certainly didn't envisage walking with you. Look, are you two having problems? Like, should I split you up? Nevertheless, together we have reached the light at the end of the tunnel, as it were. Miss Green. Yes, my lord. You will henceforth be stripped of your freedom, and punishment for the attempted murder of Mr. William Shamsphere. Yeah, I know. And you, Mr. Shamsphere, you will be tried for the murder of Mr. Duncan Ross in cold blood, and the subsequent attempted murder of Mr. Soseki Natsume here present.
Mr. Naruhodo?
Ah, yeah? What's up?
Oh yeah, I am still here. Yesterday, at the hospital, when you and your friend stopped me from...
What was that, Andy?
from ending your life by drinking what was left in the poison bottle. I wasn't myself. I can't even remember what was going through my mind. Be or not to be, I suppose. That's a question that's so hard to answer, it seems. Well, personally, I'm glad of your being here, Miss Green. Oh. And I'd like to believe that it's a blessing Mr. Shamsphere didn't die when he ingested the poison. For your sake, at the very least. Yo, you get to see her smile for the first time. Because of you, I chose life, not death. Now you've made the truth come out at last. Really, I can't thank you enough. Oh, Miss Green.
Mr. Soseki Natsume.
Yes, my lord.
The court declares that you are exonerated of all blame in this matter. Accordingly, I would call upon the ladies and gentlemen of the jury to present a verdict of not guilty.
We are in full agreement, my lord.
It'd be real fucked up if we declared him guilty now, after everything we've learned. Just to fuck with him.
Yeah, fireworks! Let's go! We get the confetti and the fireworks. If we ever get a new Ace Attorney game, we gotta add in the marching band. Like, we get the confetti and the fireworks, and then we also have a marching band come in to celebrate, to pop off with us. No, I'm just saying, I think this is a good idea. That part of it didn't actually take as long as I thought it would. I went through that pretty fast. Probably because I actually, like, knew what I was doing that time, at least to some extent. Like, I only messed up once. And that was from me jumping the gun. Oh, yes, yes, at last. Divine justice duly done. Divine justice? My dear fellow, if there were any divine justice in this world, you would shave that mustache. No! This has nothing to do with my mustache! What the fuck, dude? That's deranged. Some say that a luxuriant mustache is a sign of physical prowess, Mr. Sloan. Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Once again, you've saved me from doom. I'm very happy to have been able to help, Mr. Natsume. Congratulations on your acquittal. Your second in almost as many days. Your second acquittal in a week. God, my life is fucked. I was first acquitted with and gained affection for English literature whilst in our great homeland empire. And then, by a twist of fate, I was brought to the land that bore the fruit of that literature. Only, the city of bricks and mortar became my prison. Try as I might, I never found my feet here. Like, I look down and I don't even see my waist or my legs. So I can't even imagine what my feet look like. I don't think they're even on my model. In the end, I confounded myself to my room and lived
through friendly old books. The books were the only thing that weren't racist towards me. And even that wasn't fully true. Like, some of the books I read, Jesus.
You've had such a difficult time, haven't you?
But a week ago now, I dragged you out of that dark and dingy room of yours, did I not? You did, and I've seen more of life in this week than in all of my years to date. And for the first time, I feel I've begun to see the true face of the English that's so far been hiding from me behind the wall of fog. My dear fellow, there's nothing special about the true face of the English, as you put it. Wheresoever one goes in the world, humans are human. There are few genuine differences. Yes, I think you're right. I've finally started to see that, and I've come to understand something. I fucking hate it here. I've worked out why I was attracted to English literature in the first place. It made me see that whatever our nationality, we humans all have the same hopes and fears. We're all just doing our best to live.
Well said. I've come to feel the same way.
I've made a decision, too. I'm getting the fuck out of here ASAP. I'm going to cut my study store here, then return to Japan.
Just when we've become friends here in England? What a terrible shame.
Look, if I stay here any longer, I'm going to get accused of a third murder, and I'm not having it. I'm not fucking having it. Oh, I know. That does tug at my heartstrings, it really does. But I've decided I'd like to take everything I've learned here in Britain and write something of my own. A novel of sorts, I suppose.
Yo, Cherry, what's up?
You have arrived after the trial has concluded. Olive Green straight up told Shamsphere that he deserved to die in trial, and I've never been more proud. Because she is right and should say it more.
Oh my. So you'll be creating your own literature, Mr. Natsume? How wonderful!
Saseki just is a murderer. And he keeps getting away with other people's crimes. Look, he never gets caught for his own crimes. He only ever gets caught and accused for other people's crimes. It's wild. No, I mean, I wouldn't presume to call it literature. Why not? When that is precisely the definition, Mr. Mustache. I suppose you're right, yes. It will, in a way, be literature. But as of now, all I know is that I'd like to try my hand at writing. I have no delusions of grandeur. But I do hope I get a Wikipedia page someday, and that maybe, just maybe, I get put into a video game. A visual novel of sorts someday. You know, maybe 70 to 80 years after I'm dead. Maybe even 100 years after I'm dead, I'll be put into a visual novel and be characterized as some jittery fuck. Well, all things considered, it may be for the best. After all, we have once again emerged victorious from a battle with the Reaper. That's very true, actually.
And there is no salvation for the person in the dock when the Reaper is the prosecutor.
The desire to return post-haste to the perceived safety of your homeland is one I quite understand.
Oh my goodness, yes! Faced with such a terrifying prospect. Nobody would consider that cowardly, I'm quite sure.
Well, it is quite cowardly, to be fair. But that's not why I'm leaving, I mean it. Don't fucking, you can't prove shit.
I get jittery when I see you. Ooh, girl? Getting fucking flirty with me?
And that was the case we found ourselves embroiled in 6 months ago now. The Seki-san did indeed return to Japan, and submitted a report about both cases to the government. I would never flirt, ever. It's against my code. Oh, shit. I was on reading that report that Professor Mikotoba was prompted to visit the scholar. And barely any time later, Susato-san was given news that she must return to Japan as well. On the back of the telegram stating falsely that her father had fallen gravely ill. He's a lying piece of shit. The only possible explanation that comes to mind is what happened after the trial on the following day. The day that we uncovered the loot hidden by the now deceased convict in his former lodgings. Oh, we actually see what the loot is, huh? Ah, yes, the book hell. Book purgatory. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum. Camera? Camera, you wanna function? You wanna fucking function sometime today? I can't dance to the music if my camera doesn't want to function. To uncover the secret hiding place in just one day. Wasn't it supposed to take 30 minutes? As I believe I told you, my dear fellow, skin prints are extremely useful in such situations. Wouldn't you agree, Gregson?
Gregsy's been happily munching in agreement this whole time, you know, Hurley. He's lovely. Love to have him here.
Happily, I think perhaps humorlessly might be closer to the truth. So, it transpires the man fashioned a hiding place in the ceiling. And what's in it? What exactly is the loot? Let us look then, if you're ready. Let's examine the late burglar's hall. What the? What is that? Oh, shit. It looks to be some kind of neckband or collar. A collar? It's huge, though. Oh, they were up to some weird pet play, but like fancy pet play. This must have been what what Her Majesty the Queen wears when she's getting frisky.
And look at all the gemstones set in it. I can see why it was claimed to be worth £1,000. Perhaps I could have it as a belt.
Oh, have you noticed on the inside there? There are some dark stains. You don't think that they could be blood, do you? No, I don't think they're blood. I know they're blood. This is a murder game. A game where people get murdered.
On second thoughts, perhaps I wouldn't have it as a belt.
And of course there's this emblem here. A large letter B and a small crown. What does it signify, do you think? Well, it's clearly some kind of family crest.
Oh, I haven't noticed that. I feel as though I've seen that emblem somewhere before, you know. Where could it have been?
That's enough of that, I think. What? What's the matter with Mr. Shlomes? Look, did we find your boyfriend's collar? Is it Van Zeek's? All the color is drained from his face. Well, Inspector, I believe you ought to be taking this, ought you? Could be valuable evidence, after all. Must be kept safely under lock and key.
Oh, yes. Get your grubby hands off that, you lot, and hand it over now.
Never seen a collar that large before. All those jewels certainly look to be extremely valuable. that's not what stood out the most to me. At least not once I'd noticed it. Those dark marks on the inside of the collar, those stains. They really have been blood? Yeah. This is a game where we murder people every case. At least one, on average.
Well, that was a funny case, wasn't it? But I've all buttoned up now.
You look very pleased, Iris.
I am. Before I was starting to wonder what I could use as the basis for this month's story in the magazine. But this case will be perfect. It's been so fascinating.
You're talking about the latest installment of the Adventures of Herlock Sholmes, I presume?
The mystery of the knife in the mist, and the mustachioid man in the convict's curse, perhaps. It could make for a 2-part story. Oh, I can't wait.
A word, please, Iris. Iris, you need never fucking speak of this again.
What is it, Hurley?
I'm sorry, but you can't write about this case. It's out of the question.
Why not? It's a great case. This has been like the best case we've had so far, except maybe the 5th one from the first game. But even that one dragged a bit.
And I shall have to insist that you limit yourself to the first of your 2 titles. The second must never be written. Is that clear?
Aw, sad, Iris.
Yes.
And so it was that the second of
voice acting.
Soseki-san's cases became buried in obscurity. Now, looking back, I feel I understand. I can see why Mr. Sholmes forbade Iris from publishing the story. It would take a little longer before I saw the link between everything that had happened and would happen.
Mainly because it's hard to see the link of something that hasn't
For
happened
it
yet.
wasn't until 2 months after the arrival of Susato-san's letter that events began to unfurl again, with an incident that took place at the very heart of the eagerly awaited Great Exhibition of London.
Oh, that's the end of the case. Hey, that was a great one, honestly. That was a great case.
Return of the great departed soul. The hell do you mean by that? Well, for now, let's return to the title screen, see if I got everything. I do want to change up some things real quick, maybe... Oh, we're turning on all the special costumes. Yeah, look at them. Gonna be adorable. I don't even know if Susato is gonna be in the next case. She'll have to appear at some point, right? Maybe? I got this. For completion of that case, and for this of checking the bottle before it got dropped. I don't know what the hell I gotta do for this one. I'll have to investigate that later. Oh, that's a little spoilery. Don't do that. Gotta wait for that one. Well, now we know we talked to him outside of the trial. Fuck. I've ruined everything. Yeah, okay. I think that is all we can do for now. Why did I not examine the bed? I'm almost certain I did. I'm almost certain I examined the bed in that case, but alright. Whatever you say, game. If you want to lie to me. Yeah, for now, I think that is all for today. Very short and sweet, but yeah, we definitely don't have time to do, like, another, like, a full investigation. That'd be crazy. Like, I wonder how long that investigation would be. At least, like, an hour or two, right?
And that's with like a normal person playing it. With me playing it, it would take like an extra hour. What the fuck? Okay, actually, I have like a non-spoiler thing for me that says how long each individual segment of a case takes, because I feel like that's good to know for streaming. For the next case, the investigation part 1 takes almost 2 hours. And both parts of the trial combined are less length than the investigation part 1. So I don't know what the fuck is gonna go on in this investigation. Like, this next investigation is gonna be fucking wild, apparently. Yeah, we'll see how that goes next time. Aliens. Aliens are gonna abduct us. That's horrifying. Never would have thought at the Great Exhibition that aliens would come in. But it is what happens. Wow. All for voicing. Thank y'all for coming, and I'll see you next time, probably in 2 days or so, when I do that whole investigation. That's gonna take a good like 3-4 hours for me, I think. Because something I've noticed is that I normally take significantly longer than the thing I checked up says, mainly because I take so long voicing and adding my own bits. So, yeah. Yo, I am based, thank you. But yeah, that's gonna be a fun one. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. See y'all next time. Bye-bye.